Hello, this is Sarah Gash with the Grounded Path, and how is everybody today? So today I am bringing a energy healing for grief. So as I process through the information, as I get information, as I bring it forward, I'm being guided in certain ways based upon my own experiences and other people's experiences that they bring to me. And there has been a lot of people who've come to me who are experiencing grief, and collectively I can feel that grief. As an empath, I pick up on that, and when I'm in prayer or when I'm meditating, that's what I'm hearing is the process right now. So I used to be a nurse a long time ago, quite a long time ago, and the stages of grief were very familiar to me with that. At that time, I learned about Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and her stages of grief, and I know there's other stages of grief out there, so you can find other stuff on the internet. But what it says is she originally did it for terminally ill patients, and she wrote a book about it. But we can have grief for a lot of different things. Hi, Tina. We can have grief for lots of situations. And I believe collectively a lot of people are experiencing grief, even when you're not in fear about what's happening, or no matter where you're at. And this was brought up to me. I have an office in Butte, which I love. And I didn't know why I had resistance to the potential of not keeping that office through this. And it occurred to me, oh, this is part of grief. This is it means so much to me, and this is part of grief. Okay, let's look at that. So in looking at that and in doing my meditations and my prayers, and realize that a lot of people are experiencing the stages of grief and other grief that they've experienced in their lifetimes, because we have all had loss and trauma is being brought up. So I think it's very important that you guys all know, that I know, that everyone knows that grief is not linear. It does not go in a straight line from point A to point B. It's very individual. Whatever you're experiencing right now is what you're supposed to be, as long as you're allowing yourself to move through it instead of it getting stuck. And that's the purpose of this, is to keep it from being stuck. So grief can be very confusing and very debilitating and very overwhelming. The stages of grief are denial, depression, bargaining, anger, and acceptance, and they don't always go in those orders. In fact, most likely they don't, because we experience them in different stages, and they move and they flow. You could be stuck in a place of overwhelm. You could be in a place of anger for a long period of time. That's when it gets stuck instead of moving through you. So it's really important that we know that we understand that. Like all emotions are feelings that are meant to be in motion, that process through us and go through, that we learn from something from, that we are guided to a different place to, but they're not meant to be stuck. We can have pain in our body from grief, or from other emotions that get stuck, from resistance that's created. It impacts us on a lot of different levels. So today we're going to release some of that stuck energy. And because I do energy work, and because I see things on lots of different levels, when I'm doing energy work, I'm seeing it on the collective level, because we're all connected to that energy. I see it on our core level, on our actual experience right here. I see it in what we call the ancestor level, because they know through epigenetics we carry those memories with us. So if you imagine that, if we're holding on to that trauma and grief and it's being reactivated because of what we're experiencing right now, our life is not the same as it was a month ago. It isn't. So even when we have moved into the acceptance stage, sometimes we still can experience some disharmony around that. And I want everybody's immune system to be as strong as it can be. I want us to be as strong as we can be, and helping to bring us into a place of harmony helps with that too. So we're going to go into a meditation. We're going to connect to divine love, whatever that word is for you. I use God, Creator, but you may use other words. You may have You may say universe, source. It doesn't matter to me. Just know I use God and God, creator. I also say Jesus. I mean, those are things that touch me deeply. But you can connect the way you do. The other thing is, you don't need a meditation to connect. We are all connected. We are all always connected to divine, God, universe, source. It is with us at all times. You don't need somebody else to do that for you, that actual connection. When you pray, when you say God, when you say, you are connecting in, you are there, because it is only our perception of disconnection that makes us believe we're disconnected, because we're never disconnected. We are always loved by God. We are always loved by creator, universe, source, whatever it is. Hi, Dawn. Hi, Ian. So we're going to do a meditation connected to divine, whatever that word is for you. And then you give permission for me to do this healing. As I say it, you can say yes for each thing. You can do a blanket statement. I am tapping into your energy, so you have to give me permission to do that through divine, through God. And I am witnessing the release and the clearing of this energy. If this is your first time with an energy healing with me, I do breathe deeply, especially the more energy that's released. This energy healing is for any time now and in the future for anybody. So you could do this multiple times, usually waiting 24 to 48 hours and allowing it to work. So that is the intention. You may notice that you have a lot of deep breathing. You may notice that you feel tingles, or you feel a release, or just calm comes over. You may not notice anything, and that's okay too. But you do have to give permission. So we're going to start this by connecting to that divine. And as I said, you're always connected. But this brings it into our awareness. And I do use the word God, creator. But we're going to connect to the place in our heart space. I do this. Our heart actually has over 40,000 neurons, more than our brain. When we can connect to a place of peace, love, joy, compassion, it allows us to change our physiology. It allows us to bring healing in. I believe it connects us to that source energy, that oneness. So we're taking deep breaths. I want you to visualize your heart space, the energy of your heart. Take breaths that are longer than what you would normally take. Feel into it. I want you to connect to something that you feel deep gratitude for today, even if you have to reach hard for it. Maybe it's your children. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's the softness of your pillow. Just something you feel gratitude for. Maybe it's the birds chirping outside. Now feel into that, the gratitude of it. Connect to that gratitude. Apologize for the dogs barking. So we're in gratitude in our heart space. Now I want you to visualize. This is using our visualization skills. Imagine this beautiful white light surrounding our heart space. And I do touch my heart space because it allows me to connect with the energy there, getting me centered and focused in my body. I want you to see this beautiful white light energy. And I want you to see it start to move down your body, down your legs, down your feet, down into the earth. We're going to go all the way deep into the earth because it will connect us to that place of grounding. Grounded and centered. And then when you reach the center of the earth, I want you to bring that energy up. This beautiful connectedness up into your feet, up your legs, up your body into your heart space, connecting with that white light all the way up out of your crown. We're going to go out and up. I want you to feel and watch and see as your energy rises above. I always say God, Creator. It's almost as if I'm praying in this moment, because I am. Connecting in with the white light of infinite creation and oneness and beauty and source and love. Seeing that white light all around you. Moving upward into that white light. And bringing it back down through your crown into your heart space. You are fully grounded and fully connected and fully loved. And I want you to see that energy flow through your body. Visualize your body as being this beautiful white energy, divine energy. Feel it move into the cells of your body. See it. Visualize what a cell might look like. See it go into it. See it bringing healing to your immune system, to your heart, to all the organs in your body and all the different systems, to the space in between the space. And hello, everybody. Okay, and from this space, remember, you must give permission if you choose to. That I'm being told to lead you into bringing in a healing through God, source, energy, creation, whatever your word is for it, for all areas that have experienced grief, for all the grief that's been brought out by this situation, for all the grief and resistance within the body that can be released at this time, for any old grief from any place in time, in between times and dimensions, from our genetic line, in all other languages, all of it to be released and to be resolved. In divine love and light, to clear all of that and to change all of that and to release all of that and to bring that healing now. Create that now. Okay? Any place within you, within your energetic body, your body itself, that you have resistance to grief, that we release that, resolve it, and heal that now. And just breathe in through this. All trapped energy related to grief from all places in time. In divine love and light, clear all trapped emotions related to the grief. Change it now. Any place within you, all the way back to the source of it, that believes you are deserving of this grief, or that you have to hold on to this grief to show love and connection, to show loyalty. In divine love and light, Creator, change it. Thank you. Any place within you, all the way back to the source, in which you're holding other people's grief, in which you're doing this to show your loyalty and your love. Any place that you have obligated yourself to do so, burdened yourself to do so, any place that you do so from love, that we release you from that burden of holding other people's grief, of being the container for others' grief, for being the container for collective's grief. In divine love and light, Creator, change it now. Thank you. Ooh, and that was a big... It's like waves coming through. I'm seeing waves of energy being released. And sending all that energy as it's released to Creator's light. I'm actually hearing to bring in this beautiful vortex of divine God energy, to have it flowing through you at this time to assist. Okay. That we need to download into all the cells of your body that you are worthy and you are deserving for all of this healing, that we can clear any areas in divine love and light that are holding on to being unworthy and deserving, to heal the grief, the pain, the anger, the overwhelm, the depression, the denial. Let's change all of that now. In divine love and light, run an energetic disconnect between all places that we hold the grief, trauma, and the fear and the stuck energy, so that we might learn love, trust, connection, loyalty, wisdom. Change it now. In divine love and light, download that you are worthy and deserving to be free. Download you know how to, when to, and it's possible to, and you do release other people's grief without having to experience it. That you have boundaries, healthy boundaries that are energetic, emotional, and physical to others' grief. That you know how to have healthy behaviors to guide you through this process into the higher energies of love. And you know how to connect to divine, God, source, and receive the information and messages that are there for you. That we download all of that into every cell of your body through all space and time and all levels in the highest and best way, in divine love and light. Create that now. Okay, releasing all the trauma that was just released and any grief release, sending that to Creator's light, bringing in a healing. And we download into you what it feels like to connect to the joy of life, knowing you are worthy and deserving to do so. That you can see, that it's possible to see, that you are allowed to see, and you are worthy and deserving to see opportunities in the midst of the storm. That you are able, you know how to through Creator, you know what it means to have truth and clarity regarding the situation at hand. And that you know how to honor how you feel, to give yourself permission to feel it and to move with it and to release it and to process it. Ooh, all through Creator in the highest and best way. Create that now. In divine love and light. Oh, releasing all that trauma that was just released, sending it to Creator's light, bringing more healing energy in. That vortex of white light energy is just flowing through. That we download into you that you know it is safe to process your emotions. That you know you are allowed to be at peace at this time. You are allowed to be present and aware while being calm and at peace. In divine love and light, download that now. Thank you. That you know what it means, what it feels like, how to be, when to be, and you are at peace. That you know what it means to be safe at peace. You know what it means to be safe while experiencing your emotions. Create that now. Now bringing in a full healing for all of that, for all the places within you, for all the places connected energetically to, I'm hearing, fear, to feeling pain, to being stuck, that we bring in a healing for all of that with that white light healing energy flowing through in the highest and best way. Whew. Now, I'm hearing that's good for now, okay? So here's what I want to put out there for you. We are all shifting and change can bring with it grief. We need to allow ourselves to process through what that is so that we can move to the other side, so that we can see clearly, so we can honor that. I do recommend journaling if you have a journal available, or just a notebook or Scribble or the computer. Allow yourself to identify what it is you're feeling and give yourself permission to be in that place. We often negate how we feel. We don't give ourselves permission to fully feel it. This may be a time, if you're experiencing grief, which I'm really feeling from the collective, for other situations and losses in the past. This may be a time for you to process what that meant to you, how you felt about it. It's okay for you to be angry at the person who's now gone. It's okay for you to feel what you feel. And if you're stuck in that place, it's because you didn't process it. So feel it, write it down. And sometimes it's appropriate to, when you're doing that, if that person's not available to talk to anymore, to write down then, as you're processing how you felt about it, what you learned from it, what came from it, the strength that you now have, the beauty you now hold, the compassion, whatever it is, because we can be grieving so many things. And then sometimes it's appropriate to burn it. Sometimes it's appropriate to have a symbolic way of releasing that. Doing this meditation will help you if you have a focus of what it is and allowing it, all the stuck areas within you, but seeing it fully for what it is. The intention is not to cover it up and pretend it doesn't exist. It's to move it through you to the other side. So I am feeling that some of you will have a few tears, and that's good. I do not want you to be in a place of depression or so make sure you reach out to, there are healthcare professionals still if you are in a bad place. I always hold in my heart people that are feeling that deep overwhelm and sadness, and I know that we may be experiencing a spike in that right now collectively. So make sure you reach out to the resources available. I'm here too. I will throw out, I am not a healthcare professional and I am not a counselor anymore, but I do what I do. So I'm here to support in any way I can. So I'm hearing one last thing for anything that has been risen up, that we bring into you the healing energy of God, divine source, creator energy, that we move this through your body, that we bring with it, okay, so I'm feeling this, that we bring with it the grace that it provides, that we allow this to fill every cell of your body, that you know that you are worthy and you are deserving to do this, that you are worthy and deserving of that grace, that you know what grace means without the connotations and the beliefs we have that we've learned, that you know what grace is through Creator's definition, which is an absolutely glorious thing. You know what it feels like to be in grace, to have grace, that it is possible, that you can and that you do, and that we bring this healing of that through every cell of your body, releasing it to Creator's light and love. Anything that is released, create that now in divine love and light. We fill you with love, we connect you to love, we connect all yourselves to that place of love, and we bring that healing in to resound. You are loved. So, you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for being on here. As I've said on other ones, put requests you have. If you are struggling with one thing in particular, you can message me separately. And I will be here as I can be here for you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.